I thought I wasn't gonna make it.
Yes, yes. So you had your second recording. Tell me about your class because I already saw the video and I would like to know what are your thoughts about.
I think it went pretty well and it exceeded my expectations because I thought they would be like, yes, his work is good, but they did a very good feedback. I was impressed.
Great, great. Yes,
Mm.
I was too. When I watched the video, I said, wow, I heard them. Like
Yeah,
it was so interesting. Like putting it into a context, we start this mentoring program with a very special goal related to inclusive learning, right? Where all your students, you wanted to confirm because you're a really good teacher. You implement so many strategies. You have like this imposter syndrome. And I think that more than learning new things, you were like reaffirming your strategies, your techniques, and taking
probably.
them to a good level, a new level, an upper level. Okay, so I think that was your a summary of your experience in the mentoring program because you already use a lot of strategies to incorporate all your students in the learning process. You use Degree 67, you use formative assessment, but now you know the stages of formative assessment. You're able to plan your lessons using backwards design, and you tried something very hard, which is providing feedback to your students because it's a high order level skill. It's critical thinking. It's something else. So do you think that this program has helped you um, to have or to meet your expectations?
Yes, because I used to think that when I was teaching English, I was only focusing on the first
Language is
la-
by
yes, the habilidades de orden inferior.
okay.
But now I think I can, oh, sorry, I can apply them and achieve higher level. I forgot the English word, but
High order.
habilidades de orden superior.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. Now it's easier for you. Did you try it
yeah.
with other grades?
Not yet,
Okay,
but
but
I'm
like,
definitely going to do it. Oh yes, I did it with eighth grade,
okay.
and they didn't achieve like not even half of the fourth graders.
Uh-huh.
They use simpler words like, yeah, I think it's good. His work is good. Yes. Why?
Okay.
Because I think so. Yeah.
But your students, your fourth graders were like experts.
Yes. Very professional.
Very professional. Let's watch a part of this class because I really want to watch it with you because
Okay.
in spite of the fact that you didn't record your students, we are able to listen to them. And this is like a great something new to me, but I really liked it because I was able to listen to them, their technical approach to the feedback. And also, I noticed that you use the whole class to teach them what is feedback, what were we going to provide
Yes.
feedback about, and also you use the time for them to be kind of this caorden, me gusta llamarlo, un caos orden, because the students were like very independent and your role wasn't to be in front of the class, you see, along this part of this clip, you see, if you watch the clip, you're not in front of the class. And I love that because you are giving your students the time to be at the center of the learning process, you see?
Yes.
So it's very interesting how you were able to provide a good portion of your class for independent work, and your students were able to finish it to accomplish that.
Yes.
Okay, let's watch.
Una pasó que Emiliano podía agregarle como otra razón de por qué le gusta el
Perfecto. Ese sería el relleno del sándwich. Agregarle otra razón de por qué le gusta Easter, me parece, ¿cierto?
Ajá.
Very good. Bien, se logró ahí la retroalimentación. Excelente, congratulations. ¿Quiénes más lograron retroalimentar a su compañero? Ven, Fabi.
Yo le dije a mi compañero que podría mejorar un poquitito la letra, porque es media pequeña, pero igual se entiende.
Ya. ¿Y qué? Ese sería el relleno. ¿Qué le comentaste, por ejemplo, en la tapa del pan? ¿Algún comentario positivo que le hayas comentado?
Y en cuanto a toda la información, todo el origen de por sí, estaba muy...
Buenísimo. Sobre Halloween, ¿cierto?
Sí.
Ok. Sí. Amanda.
Yo dije a mi compañero que estaba bien organizado, solo que faltaba agregar fecha.
Ya. ¿Qué le faltaba? El mes, la letra, el numerín. Ah, ya, perfecto. ¿Lo logró hacer ella? ¿La ayudaste tú?
Y el comentario no se explicará. Sí, tengo.
Ya, pero logró hacerlo al final. ¿Con ayuda?
Por ejemplo, le dijimos, ella dijo que no le entendía la letra a la madre. Y nosotros le dijimos, ahí tenía una.
¿Cierto?
¿Cuál es la letra?
Sí, ya, muy bien. ¿Te parece? Y cambiar el trabajo en equipo. Excelente.
Yo le dije al pato que mejorara un poquito su letra para entenderlo.
Ok. ¿Y qué comentario tapa del pan? No se ve nadie, pero se escucha.
Pero también le dije que en la información estaba excelente, que tenía harta información buena.
Perfecto. ¿Quiénes más lograron desarrollar la alimentación? Agustín y Florencia. Cuéntenos los dos.
No le comenté a la Florencia que los del origen como que igual le faltaba un poquito, que todo tenía como cuando se creó.
Ya.
Se le había puesto como solo el siglo XIX, se limitaba ni el siglo XIX.
You see, like it was excellent. What can you tell me about that, Tina?
Well, apart from what I already said, that I was impressed, but not that much. I mean, I knew they could achieve that, but I was impressed at the same time.
Do you think
Yeah.
that this activity of providing feedback is going to improve the quality of the final product of the unit?
Yes,
Why? Why do you think that?
because they are being aware of their own mistakes and their classmates' mistakes. They could help their classmates who couldn't write the date. They taught their students how to write the date. They didn't even call me.
Wow. You see?
Yes.
Nice. So I think this is a new like stage for you because you use definitely differentiation, because at the beginning of the class you mentioned that some students had already done their work, but they were able to participate in the class even though they have already done their homework, and some of them were late. But by the end of the lesson, all of them were able to keep the pace and finally get to the stage of the product, and they were not late. What do you think about before the program? Do you remember yourself telling your students, hurry up, let's go, let's work, and they
Yeah.
didn't realize what was wrong with their work, and you finally end up assessing your students with something that could have been better? What do you think about that?
Well, it's like a win-win situation for them and for me, because I mean, I love teaching, I love my job, but it's like I'm there just monitoring if they're doing right, if they have, I mean, they had doubts, but they asked things that they couldn't answer themselves. That's when I answer in other classes, in other lessons. But the previous lesson, I mean, I could have been out of the classroom and fine.
Exactly. They already know what to do, what the activities were about. So now that they know the strategy of the sandwich, you are going to save even more time because you're just going to tell them, let's do the sandwich, and all of them are gonna know what the sandwich is.
Yes.
Nice, nice. What else can you tell me about this experience, Cristina?
Oh, well, it it is useful not only for English, because I told some of my colleagues that they could use some of these methods, and they have been using them, especially the feedback, the
Oh,
sandwich
really?
method.
You have shared it with your
Yes.
colleagues?
Yeah. I think the history teacher
Okay,
had applied it, yes, in class in sixth grade, I think. I'm not
mm,
sure, but I told them.
nice.
Yeah.
Your experience
So,
about like the what happened in the class? What happened in the class? You told your colleague from history class?
yes, because we are like 10, 12 teachers that have breakfast together
Oh,
at
nice.
recess. So I remember talking to the I don't remember music teacher. I don't remember. And
Mm.
I said that I was going to record my class, and some of them were like, "Why? Why are you going to record your class? I mean, you had your evaluación docente last year. Why are you going to record it now?" And I told them that I was in a mentorship, and I explained a lot in 5 minutes. And then I told them that I was going to teach them how to do a feedback. And they were like, how do you do that? Because I try to do it in language and history, and they all say something like, yes, it's good, my classmate work is good. And then I explained that the sandwich method, 2 stars and a wish, and I think they were going to implement. I'm
Nice,
not
nice. I think it's great that you share with your colleagues. It's a good practice to share
Yeah,
with many other teachers. And I don't know if you agree with me, but I think that the feedback process is key. I think that if students are able to achieve what they achieved in the class, it's all done. More than the final product, I think the feedback stage is one of the most important and one of the most meaningful for students. Do you agree with
I
that
agree
point?
totally. Because as I already said, they could check their own work, their classmates' work, um, and without even needing me.
Yes. Are you sad about that or you kind of like it?
No, no, I like it because, well, they have to do the SIMSE test. So they do a lot of reasoning and critical thinking. But so like I said, I'm I'm surprised, but not that much because that is a very good group.
Nice.
But I like it. I mean, I know that they can be an even better class, and everybody knows that. Everybody can see that. So I'm very proud of them.
And they were very nice, very,
Yeah,
very polite to their classmates, very
respectful. Yeah,
so it was 10 out of 10.
yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, Cristina, this is our last session. We have a couple of things that I would like to show you, because at the
Okay.
beginning of the program, I remember that you were a little bit nervous about the stages, the program, maybe because we had this action plan, right? And
Yeah.
most of what we identified as a need, it was particularly have like effective process of differentiation, and for you to master the theory behind differentiation and how you uh, will be able to use it in the future with your students, and to produce activities and lessons that all your students can follow and learn from. So
Uh-huh.
here, the action plan goal was, by the end of the program, Cristina will be able to effectively differentiate instruction and assessment to address diverse students' needs while incorporating a greater variety of engaging activities into her lessons, showing a critical thinking level of reflection. So, tell me, what do you think about this part of our goal to address diverse student needs?
Um, oh, I don't know. I mean, thinking about last class, there were some students that were a little bit lost, but I didn't intervene. I asked their classmates to explain to them, and if they hadn't understood at the end of the lesson or after listening to their classmates, they could call me, but they didn't have to. So I don't know. They were addressed their needs. Yes. The information was presented in different ways. What else? I don't know what else to say. I'm blocked.
They also work with their classmates. You see,
Yes.
I can, or you tell me, like in the past, previous to the program, maybe you had, especially with this class, very demanding, tía, ¿qué había que hacer? Tía, ¿cómo era? Tía. And I didn't see that in that class, right?
Yeah. I
Because
agree. Yes. Miss. Yes.
you see,
And now, I'm sorry?
you met your student needs.
Yes, I think so.
You don't have like, tía, miss, ¿cómo se hace, miss? And that's kind of stressful as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you used a greater variety of engaging activities. You also wore a costume, and you had critical thinking in the English class. What can you
Yes.
say about that?
Well, I didn't think it was possible because before you told me that it had to be in Spanish, I always thought, how am I going to make them show like a critical thinking level of reflection in English? No,
Huh?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm never gonna do it. I was like, so when you told me that it could be in Spanish, I knew that it could be done. But, however,
Mhm.
like I said, in 8th grade, they couldn't do it as they did in 4th grade.
It's
So,
incredible.
yes,
I think they might need a more complex rubric, maybe, to complement their feedback, like use a more descriptive rubric in order to complement the feedback. I think that you can do it with 8th graders like that. to make it more complex.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
you can also do it in English. For example, 2 stars and a wish, it's kind of a prompt for your students. And you can use it, for example, I wish that Rocio improved her and the rubric criteria. And they can do it in English. You see?
Oh, okay.
You can use it 2 stars and a wish as a prompt and give them prompts to provide feedback. So maybe you can do it in a more complex way with them because they have like maybe a little bit more English vocabulary and they can follow the prompt as well. And they can do it orally, not using Spanish and do it in English, but um, with small ideas using the criteria of the rubric as a complement, you see? You can do
Okay,
that.
yes.
Yes, but I think the fourth graders did excellent because critical
Yeah, me too.
should be in all classes. We can break a little bit down the project in English because they learned a lot of English. You see, they use the dates, the class content by themselves. You said that.
Yes,
So that's great.
it is. They are great.
Super. Yes. They are like so cute. So cute.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the success criteria of our action plan, Cristina demonstrate the ability and implement differentiation strategies that accommodate various learning styles and needs as observed through at least 2 lesson plans about celebrations. We already done that because we plan
Mhm.
using backwards design. Cristina incorporates a wider range of engaging activities in her lessons, providing opportunities for students to learn in diverse ways, which is reflected in at least 2 class recordings which have already done in students' feedback and engagement levels. Cristina reflects upon her teaching practices, posting at least 6 entries on her reflective
No.
portfolio, showing critical thinking level of reflection. So we have a little homework over here, Cristina.
Okay.
And as it is our last session, like virtual session, we will finish maybe this entry and one more, okay? Are you able to do it maybe for the 8th of November? Like
Uh,
this entry and another one?
I think so, yes.
Okay, great. So then we can maybe have part of the critical thinking criteria, but I along your sessions, that's why I asked you so many questions. And
Yes.
I want to, and I've seen that you you are very pragmatical. So you listen to me, you like the ideas, and then you put it into action, which is better. And it shows that you're reflecting as well because you're open to new ideas, and that's
Uh-huh.
critical thinking. Nice. Okay, so September the 10th was our second session, but I showed you the plan.
Uh-huh.
Then we kind of discussed the plan, right? I send it to you in order to you to read it and analyze it. Then we plan the lesson that you were going to record. Then we did some adjustments and you did the first recording, right? About these Halloween and celebration activities, which is great for this time of the year.
Yes.
And then we got together and we talked about the feedback about that class. And we talked about like how important feedback was to achieve this goal in the mentoring program. And you modify that on your class and you show it in this second recording. And this is the second feedback of our action plan, and we're also assessing all of these plan with this. So I have here a rubric for our action plan, and I would like you to read these criteria and tell me whether exceeds, meets, approaches expectations, below expectations, or any comments, okay? So achievement of the plan, of the action plan goal, what do you think?
Um, I would say approaching expectations
Okay, is that
because
your
because it says I mean reflection are inconsistent, but because of the journal,
okay?
because it could be, for example, meets expectations, but the last part where it says reflection demonstrate critical thinking, I didn't write anything. I mean, 2 entries, I
Two
think.
entries, that's good. But you are
Yes.
also going to finish, right? So we are going to leave it
Yes.
open for a while
Okay.
until you work on those 2 entries, okay? Impact of planned actions of teaching practices. What do you think?
I'm between the first, the two first, strong evidence. Yeah, maybe the first or the second one.
Okay. Why? Why do you think the first, for example?
Because it says strong evidence and about the feedback, um, the students have been able to show that the actions have improved the outcomes.
Great. Time span to achieve the goals.
Goals were achieved within the expected timeline. Yes, the second one. Ah,
Okay.
yes.
This
Yes, because it wasn't ahead of the expected timeline, but it didn't take longer. It was within the expected timeline.
okay. Quality of information provided by Cristina. What do you think about that? You're assessing yourself in this
Yes.
criteria.
Well, it says something about documentation. What documentation?
Yes, yes, this is true. I'm going to leave it open as well because I need to show the PIA program the change or the progress you've done. So maybe if you share with me a document such as a lesson plan or maybe a student product in order to compare the progress of your students or the mentoring program. So remember that I asked you about a lesson plan that you can show me or something that you didn't like that much related to this topic so as we can show it as an improvement to as a product, something more evident.
Yes. Yes. I think it could, what could it be? A lesson plan? 2 lesson plans? I mean, one from the first semester and
Yeah, that'll be great.
Mhm.
So as we can show the PIA program as an evidence, like the lesson plans before the program, and now with the backwards design, which is kind of different.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to leave it blank as well, okay? For a
Okay.
while.
Ah,
Quality of action plan. The goal was clear, measurable, aligned. What do you think about that?
uh, I think the first one.
Okay, so we were clear about the goal of the program. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Success
Mm.
criteria for the plan.
Success criteria are specific, measurable, and clearly achieved in practice. Yes, the first one.
Students' engagement and learning.
First one too.
Yes.
They were highly engaged, and I
It's
mean
only
the presentations are tomorrow, but
please.
I already know they did well.
Oh, nice, nice. So please send me a message and tell me how were them? How were
Okay.
they? Okay, great. Reflection and self-assessment by Cristina. What do you think about that? We're not talking about reflective portfolio. We are talking
Okay.
about lesson
I think I'm consistently reflecting and taking every single piece of advice that you could give me and making adjustments to improve.
you did, because you could have said, no, I don't like this. Maybe you could have done the same, but you changed. Use
Yeah.
differentiation techniques.
I don't know. I would say the first or the second one,
Okay.
but I don't know.
The last post in your reflective portfolio is going to be about differentiation, okay?
Okay.
Yes. You already use a lot of differentiation, but maybe you have a couple of questions about this structure, okay? So I'm going to share it with
Okay.
you because you use many differentiation techniques because, for example, the fact that your students choose the celebration they are
Uh-huh.
talking about, it's differentiation because not all of them are going to talk about Halloween. They are going to
Yes.
talk about the things they like. So that's different, but at the same time, it's the same assessment opportunity for all.
Yes.
You see? So great. Nice.
Yes.
Do you have any question?
No?
Okay.
No.
So sustainability of changes implemented. Are these changes sustainable? What do you think about that?
Yes. They are sustainable and they are I can apply them in other classes.
In the long
Yes.
term.
And
So
in the long time and even in different subjects. I mean, not me, but my class, my colleagues. So it's, yes.
so maybe with this same class next year, you're going to apply the sandwich technique many times on each
Yeah.
project, each activity,
Uh-huh.
because they are going to know already what's the meaning of a sandwich. And they were like very interested about. I think that many of them are going to arrive home and tell their parents what they learned today because I noticed that they were very interested about. Great. So how has the mentoring program influenced your approach to different instruction and assessment?
It it gave uh, it gave meaning to the differentiation because I already used it, but I didn't know it had a meaning. I mean, I used to say, okay, you can choose about what sport you want to talk about or about your favorite food, but not for a reason. Maybe because I didn't want them all to talk about the same thing. but now it has a name. It's called differentiation. And yes, I mean, I think that's the influence.
Good. Can you provide
And
specific examples of changes in your teaching practices that are a result of the mentoring sessions?
a feedback, of course. I'm going to use it more. I mean, I'm not going to stop.
And what about
So
the objectives? Do you remember like introducing first the final product and then teaching the activities and the classes? Are you going to use, for example, that strategy again?
some I used to do it sometime, but only in specific situations. But now I'm definitely going to do it. It's easier. I've been trying to replicate it on other classes, and it's been good so far. So yes, I think I'm going to keep doing that.
Great, great, Cristina. And I'm very happy about all your commitment with the program. I think that you are an excellent teacher. Please never forget that. Are always going to learn new things, but please do not be feel insecure about anything because you're a great teacher. Your students are learning a lot. You teach with love, and that's the most important thing. And
Yeah,
I try to give you all my energies on each session in order for you
thank
to
you.
feel great and feel happy. And I really want to thank you all the effort you put in this program.
Oh, thank you. I want to thank you for the patience when I wanted to quit. Thank you for
It,
not letting me.
yes, no, it's great for me. That's my job as a mentor. And we have two homeworks yet, like remote homeworks, and we are going to work through email and WhatsApp in order to finish the two reflective entries and send me your lesson plans, okay?
Okay.
Great, great. So thank you, Cristina, and we are going
Thank
to
you.
keep in touch for order
Yeah.
to finish this project, okay?
Okay.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You.